What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video, because free agency, or at least the portion of free agency where teams are allowed to start talking with players, starts tomorrow, aka Monday. And Joshua and I may be going live, but if anything Ravens news related gets released, a video or live stream will be started very promptly, and we will be talking about it. So make sure to hit the notification bell if you want to see that. And also, free agency starts on Wednesday. Joshua and I will be going live on Wednesday as well, talking about, hopefully, all the new Ravens additions. Before I get into today's video about Tyrann Mathieu and Bobby Wagner potentially coming to Baltimore based off of certain things that have happened on social media, I do want to preface the video by saying, guys, we are potentially doing a major giveaway from TikTok. We could potentially, if we hit 5,000 followers on TikTok before March Madness starts, we'll be doing a March Madness bracket for a NFL jersey of your choice. So obviously this channel is a Ravens channel. So if you guys want a Ravens jersey, we can do that. If you want an NBA jersey, we can do that. If you want an MLB jersey, we can do that. Hockey, whatever it is, we can do that. And if somehow, it's unlikely, we're at about 4,100 followers on TikTok right now. If we hit 10,000 before March Madness, we'll give away a signed jersey. So if you guys want to check it out, at TTB Ravens, you can download the app, follow us, unfollow us, or follow us, then get rid of the app. It'd be greatly appreciated. We're really trying to grow on that platform as well. But that's it for the intro. I'm sorry for the plug. Let's get into it. Now, the Baltimore Ravens obviously have been linked to a couple of free agents in this offseason, especially after the release of Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner was kind of an afterthought of like, oh, well, maybe he gets cut by the Seahawks and the Ravens go after him. And it was like, yeah, but Bobby Wagner is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. They still have Russell Wilson. They're probably going to keep him. The likelihood that he gets cut, kind of low. Well, then the Seahawks end up trading Russell Wilson. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Seahawks are making some moves. Then they informed Bobby Wagner that they are going to be releasing him. After that happened, the possibility of Baltimore skyrocketed. Jamison Hensley put out an article yesterday about how Bobby Wagner is the exact type of cap casualty the Ravens historically have signed. Those are the types of guys they go after. Guys that are still good. They may be towards the tail end of their career, but still elite. That's what the Baltimore Ravens has been built upon ever since it was first established as an organization coming over from Cleveland. That's what they do. Okay, they bring in players that are still peak performers that may have a couple of really solid years left. Look at Calais Campbell. That's the perfect, most recent example that we can give, or potentially Marcus Peters, another guy. But him being linked to Baltimore, the biggest thing that came from that is Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey tweeted out yesterday talking about the dynamic duo that could be between Bobby Wagner and Patrick Queen. And I'm going to pull up the exact tweet so that I don't butcher it. Basically, Marlon Humphrey tweeted out Bobby Wagner with PQ. Wow. With how many W's is that? 4 W's. 4 W's. And he tweeted that out. And we all know Marlon Humphrey is the recruiter of the Baltimore Ravens. We all know that. Hashtag come to the Ravens. That's his thing, right? But him tweeting that out, along with some of the other things that had happened, Bobby Wagner wants to contend. The Ravens are a contending team. Bobby Wagner wants to be able to play, a significant amount. The Ravens need a Mike linebacker. That's what Bobby Wagner would play for the Ravens. And Bobby Wagner wants to be a part of a good defense. That's what the Ravens have, especially with the players returning from injury. Now, where does Tyrann Mathieu fit into this? Well, Tyrann Mathieu, for months, even during the regular season, was liking direct messages, tweets, everything relating him to potentially coming to the Ravens. He is someone that obviously wants to contend. He wants to prove he can still win. He wants to prove he can still be an elite safety in the NFL. Now, contending team needs a safety. Who is that? Oh, the Baltimore Ravens. So he's been linked with the Ravens, and he's liked stuff for months. However, recently, he liked something that said Tyrann and Bobby Wagner coming to Baltimore. Like almost like Tyrann is almost recruiting Bobby to come and build a powerhouse defense in the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens because we see some other teams going all in. Will the Ravens go all in? I think it's a high possibility because you're looking at it from the Ravens organization perspective, right? If they lose Lamar Jackson, they're done. Okay? If Lamar Jackson does not re-sign with the Baltimore Ravens after this year, they're done. Like they have to start over if they can't get Lamar to stay. How do you get Lamar to stay? You show him that you are willing to do anything it takes. Not anything, everything it takes to win the Super Bowl. What was the last team to win the Super Bowl? What did they do? The Los Angeles Rams looked at their team a couple years ago and they said, man, we want to get to the Super Bowl. They bring in Marcus Peters from the Kansas City Chiefs. They bring in Jalen Ramsey. They bring in Aqib Talib. And they're like, okay, we drafted Jared Goff. We got Aaron Donald. We got some guys. They bring in Brandon Cooks as well. Not all in the same year. I don't believe they did it. They continuously kept trying to do it. Well, they get to the Super Bowl. They go against Tom Brady. They lose, right? Then they're like, oh, man, okay, let's rearrange some things. They trade away Marcus Peters. Fortunately to the Ravens, worked out pretty great for them. They still have Jared Goff. They're trying to run it back with Goff, and they're like, you know what? This isn't enough. We need an elite quarterback because we need to show our guy, who's Aaron Donald, the Lamar Jackson of the Rams, we need to win him that championship. We need to do it. So they bring in Matthew Stafford. And Stafford's playing pretty good. The Rams are a great team. They're a title contender, and they're getting towards the trade deadline. And they're like, yeah, we have a pretty good team. We beat the Buccaneers in the regular season. We're pretty good. We want to be better. So they say, hey, Denver, you have Von Miller, an elite pass rusher. Let's get in on that. They acquire Von Miller because they went all in. They wanted to win that championship, no matter the cost. Do they have any future firsts? No. Do they have any future picks? No. Do they care? No, because the end goal is to win the Super Bowl and create a dynasty, and they have the players to potentially do that. So when you're looking at it from the Baltimore Ravens perspective, how are you going to get Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl? You're going to need some elite players. And since Lamar Jackson is going to be on his fifth-year option, you're going to need to win sooner rather than later. Because when a quarterback is on their rookie deal, that's the best time to try and win. Because that's when you have the extra cap space. Yeah, he's going to be making more than, he used to. He's going to be making something around like $20 million next year, based on the fifth year option. Still going to be a lot less than if the Ravens extend him and he's getting paid $50 million or $45 million or whatever the number is. It's going to be a lot less. So you got to win next year. Or at least get to the point where he goes, yeah, let's run it back. We can do it. Right? Because Patrick Mahomes didn't win the Super Bowl his MVP year, right? He lost to the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Lost to him. Overtime, Chris Jones, who was offsides? Frank Clark was offsides. What did they do? Run it back. Let's add some pieces. Let's run it back. What did they do? They ran it back. They beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl, right? You got to get to that point, right? You can't have these disappointment seasons where they say, oh, let's run it back, because the Ravens keep running it back with the same thing. Maybe they draft a couple pieces and add like some like very low tier veterans. Nothing against the guys the Ravens have added. They've made some great moves. But they need to make a splash. They need to look at the Rams and say, we need to do that if we're going to try and win with Lamar Jackson. Because let's think about it. If the Ravens create a dynasty and they have traded away a lot of their first round picks, the first round picks aren't going to be top 10. It's going to be late 20s, maybe pick 32. So trading those away is a lot different than if they traded away and they're like the Texans or the Dolphins and they're like, oh no, we have a top 5 pick and we traded it away. Oh no. Like that's what the Texans did and they got screwed, right? The Seahawks traded away a first round pick and they got screwed because they traded it for Jamal Adams. Go all in going all in would be bringing in Bobby and Tyrann Mathieu. And Tyrann Mathieu has expressed that he would love to do that. And Bobby Wagner has been a great leader, great vocal leader, and been a part of some terrific all-time great defenses. And he could bring that mentality and that expertise to Baltimore, and the Ravens could make it work with the cap. Now, could Marlon Humphrey just be hoping and praying? Yes, he could. But at the same time, Marlon Humphrey is a guy that they could restructure a contract for. There's a potential that maybe the Ravens were like, hey, Marlon, we want to try and restructure your contract because we want to bring in a Bobby Wagner. Maybe that's why. Maybe he started having talks on restructuring the deal so that they could have the cap space for Bobby Wagner. That's potentially what happened. Or he's just trying to recruit. And you know what? If he's recruiting and specifically recruiting one player, that's what we like to see. Right? We don't want to see him, oh, let's go get somebody. No, he's saying, let's get Bobby Wagner. Ravens fans are saying, let's get Bobby Wagner. Ravens fans are saying, let's get Tyrann Mathieu. Let's get Tyrann and Bobby. And Tyrann's liking that. I think it's a potential for the Baltimore Ravens to bring in both players. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any insights into anything, let us know. Make sure to go check out the TikTok if you want to. If you don't want to, completely okay. It's completely okay. No fault against you. But let us know what you guys are thinking. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. And I will see all of you again tomorrow with a Mock Draft Monday and potentially some Ravens news.